welcome back to my channel. My name is Makayla, and we are going to be reading books from my favorite booktubers. They are books that they have recommended in just recent videos that I've watched by them, and I absolutely love reading other people's recommendations just because I love to see what other people love to read, and I'm really excited for this video. So we're probably going to read 4 books is my plan. The first book that we're going to read in this video was recommended by Steph Bower, which her channel and just her life in general is my ultimate goal. She has such a cozy life, and she originally started out doing a lot more reading videos. These geese in the background do not like my dog. They're like squawking at him over there. But she started out doing a lot more book videos, and now she shifted more to vlogs and lifestyle content, but she still does throw some reading vlogs in there. And she read this book recently and recommended it, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I was like, perfect. And it's a romance with a little bit of a mystery that has to be solved in it. And I said, sold. So it is called Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. And yeah, I'm super excited. We're gonna jump right into it. And like I said, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so even better for us. Even though the physical books, I think they're getting traditionally published, and the covers are really pretty. I keep seeing them in the bookstore, but we're gonna stick to the Kindle Unlimited version. So let's do it. My first update on Fragile Sanctuary. I am on page 189. I'm 51% into the book, so it's a little over 300 pages in total. It's 360 overall. I am enjoying it. I feel like the story has definitely picked up a lot in the past 50-ish pages. It took me a second to get into it. I feel like we were going very slow in the beginning, but now that mystery aspect that I was talking about is starting to pick up, so it's getting a little bit more interesting. I will say I'm really enjoying our dual POV. We have our female main character, Rhodes, and our male main character, Anson, and they've both gone through something very, very tragic in their lives, and they handle it very, very differently. So our male main character, Anson, he's very closed off, does not rely on anyone, does not talk about his issues, and just kind of keeps it all inside, whereas Rhodes is the opposite. She's very open about her struggles. She relies on the people around her to get her through those tough times, and they meet each other, and it's obviously, they know both of them have gone through something, and we start seeing that connection form. One kind of critique, I felt like it was very insta-lusty with them two. We went from 0 to 100 very quickly, but after I kind of got past that, I am enjoying it so far. They are getting to know each other, and like I said, that mystery is picking up, so I am enjoying it, and I will keep you updated on how I'm feeling. It's not my absolute favorite book, and it's not the most literary masterpiece ever, but I'm enjoying myself, and especially with the mystery picking up, I think I will fly through the rest of it. But right now, I think we are going to go to Barnes & Noble and pick up one book for this video, because there's one physical book that I don't own that I do want to read in this, and I've been wanting to get it for a while. So we're gonna pull the plug and we're gonna go get it. So let's go do it. It is a gloomy, kind of rainy day, so it's just a perfect day for reading. And yeah, let's go to Barnes & Noble. Side note, ignore how messy my apartment is in the background, because I'm currently in the process of going through all of my stuff and selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace and all of that. I'm about to move here in a few weeks, so I'm packing up a lot of stuff. So it's kind of a mess, and it'll get worse before it gets better, but just ignore it. We are all friends here. Okay, but stay tuned for all of the moving vlogs. There's gonna be a lot coming up, which I'm really excited about. Okay, let's go. They rearranged the whole store, so I have no idea where anything is, but I need to look up the author because I forgot what the author's name is, because I'm trying to find the book. So I'm gonna do that, but really, really fun. I love when they change up the store. It just feels like a brand new place, even though I come here quite literally way too often. Okay, let's find the book. He hit her with the, "Who did this to you?" Okay, Okay, I'm back with my first major update. I have finished Fragile Sanctuary by Katherine Howells, and I think my overall rating is going to be 4 stars. What really saved this book for me was the mystery aspect to it. It started to take a little bit of a Criminal Minds type vibe, and that really hooked me, and I flew through the last like 25% of this book. It really picked up towards the end, and that really did save it for me. For the romance itself, I didn't really like it. It felt very insta-lovey, insta-lusty, but I did enjoy the character development. We saw 2 people that handled their trauma very differently and start to open up to each other and find ways to get through it together. And I thought that was a very beautiful aspect of the story, but I did feel like the romance just went very fast. But I mean, that you kind of have to with this book. This is a series, and each book, it's kind of interconnected standalones, and I don't think I'm going to continue the series. Each book follows a different sibling within the family, and I'm just not invested enough to want to continue the series, but I did enjoy it for what it was, and I'm glad I read it, and it's just fun to read something that another one of my favorite booktubers has talked about and has read before. So, that being said, our second book that we are picking up has been recommended by Destiny Sidwell, and that is Lovely War by Julie Berry. So this is a historical fiction, which is really fun for me because I'm working on getting more into the historical fiction genre, and this is definitely going to help with that. I'm going to read the back because I feel like I do a terrible job of actually explaining what the book is about. The summary reads, in the perilous days of World Wars I and II, the gods held the fates and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands: Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette. A classical pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgian orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their story, as told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion, and reveals that though war is a formidable force, it's no match for the transcendent power of love. And I'm really excited because we get a little bit of Greek mythology within this book with the gods, and then it's also a historical fiction love story, and I'm so excited. Back with my first update for Lovely War. I am loving it so far. I am about 65 pages in, but I already have a really good feeling about this book. I don't want to put it down. It is so good. The first thing I love about it is the pacing. It is a very fast-moving story, and I also love that the chapters are really short. I'm a person that if a chapter is way too long, I will probably lose interest because I love to like pause my reading when I finish a chapter, all of that. So I love that the chapters are really short. It's so easy to kind of fly through it. But then I also love the aspect that we're getting told the story by someone else. And those someone else's are the gods and goddesses. Our main one that we're getting told in the point of view of is Aphrodite. She's the goddess of love, and she's telling the love story between at least 2 of the characters so far. That's all I've gotten into. But we also see Ares, Apollo, and I don't know how to say the third one. It starts with an H. Anyways, I really love the interactions between them because it's also them interacting and like Aphrodite telling them that story. And I really love that aspect, and like I said, I love the pacing. Another thing that I'm loving within the love story, it makes me so giddy. I think it's just like the innocence of when you first meet someone and you're so excited and you have these inner thoughts of like, I like this person a lot, I don't want to mess it up, like what if I do this, what if I blah blah. And it's just so fun, and it brought me back to just the giddiness of love, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm flying through this. I don't want to put it down, and yeah, I have a good feeling. That's all I'll say for right now, but I, even right now, would probably recommend someone to pick this up because I love it so much. So I'm going to keep reading, and we will have a good time. talked about what I've been reading, I did start a second book, and that is Gray After Dark by Noelle Ihli. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's like IHLI. So this book was actually recommended by Heather McClary, and she raves about this book. She talks about it a lot. It's a thriller, and I've been strictly listening to it on audiobook. And the basic premise, a girl goes to work for a camp to kind of escape everything that's going on in her life, and she ends up getting kidnapped and held hostage, and it's her bid to escape, and like her trying to escape and her story, and also like people trying to find her, that type of stuff. It is really, really good. It is a thriller. I will say it is very dark. If you're not really into kind of like hostage kidnapping situations, it goes very dark, so just be careful with that. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, I've strictly been listening to it on audiobook. I am actually 81% the way done. I've been flying through this. I only have an hour and 46 minutes left, but I also listen to it on 1.5 speed. I pretty much listen to all my audiobooks on 1.5, so super excited. I will probably finish that today or tomorrow. But other update, I am a good the ways through Lovely War. I am on page 335, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm kind of going a little bit slower. I've just been super busy, so I haven't physically picked up this book a lot, but it is so good. We've gotten more in depth because it's set during wartime, and we're kind of in the midst of like deep war right now, and it's very, very sad. Our characters started like interacting, and that was really fun. We're following 4 different characters, and they've all like interacted and stuff, so it's really good. I'm enjoying it, and yeah, that's all I will say for that. But it's a little special day. It is actually my birthday, so it's very fun. I'm having a good day. I'm just gonna spend most of it reading because I don't really have much to do. So perfect birthday. We have our 2 books, and we are gonna continue going on. Big update, but before I talk about the books, I found this new Celsius flavor. At least it's new to me. I've never seen it in stores before. It is Retro Vibe, and it's sparkling sherbet slush. This thing is so good. I think it's my new Celsius flavor. I love it. Anyways, going back to books, I have, since the last time I talked to you, I've finished 2 books and started the final book for this video. So, first up, Lovely War by Julie Berry. This was so amazing. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was such a fun combination of hearing from the Greek gods and seeing their interactions, as well as hearing this beautiful love story of these 2 couples and their struggles of going through war and how love prevails through all of it. And I thought it was such a beautiful story. I loved it. I flew through it. It is almost 500 pages, so it is a little bit on the longer side, but it did not feel like that. I could have easily read more about these 2 couples, and oh, it's so good. Chef's kiss. Really love it. And I feel like you don't hear much about World War I. There's not a lot of books written about World War I, so it was really interesting to see that because it was just kind of something new. And one, I love the cover. This book is really beautiful, but it is also one of my new favorites. Highly recommend. This was Destiny Sidwell's recommendation, and I'm so glad I picked it up because she's never done me wrong. I have pretty much loved every single book that I've read that she has recommended. So we finished this one. I also finished Gray After Dark. That was Heather McCleary's recommendation, and I'm so glad that I did. I actually strictly listened to it on audiobook, and I cannot recommend the audiobook enough. It was such a good book to listen to, and I think part of that is it almost felt kind of like a true crime podcast, and you're hearing, like, it's in first person, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give the book like 4.5 stars. I haven't fully decided between those 2 yet. I had a great time listening to it. I will say, if you're gonna read it, just know it's dark before you go into it. it gets dark, but I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it, and I highly encourage the audiobook. And again, really enjoyed this recommendation, and it was just one of the books that I had seen her talk about a lot, so I finally decided to pick it up, and I'm glad I did. This has been a great reading video so far. Then the final book in this video, I picked up The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. This was recommended by Sarah Caroli. She loves this book. She also kind of relates a lot of personal stuff to it. I am on page 183. I believe on Goodreads it said I was like 45% the way done. This book is beautiful. I am really loving it. If you don't know what this is about, it's about two exes who come back together for both of their like shared best friend's wedding, and them kind of rehashing that they were full deep in love and stuff happened that separated them 5 years ago. And I think one of the things that's really attractive, I love the writing. I think it's really, really beautiful. But I also love it just talking about how when you're so deeply in love with someone, it does not just end. It is something that sticks with you, and having to rehash those feelings and just falling deeply in love. And I thought it was a beautiful story. And I think it resonates with me in the sense I'm kind of hitting the point in my life that this character talks about a lot, and it's like graduating from college, moving in with a partner, that type of stuff, and I'm about to hit that. I graduate in like 35 days, and I'm moving in with my boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, and it's kind of scary because of what happens in this book. Like it puts some, anyways, but it just kind of resonates with me in that sense of they're at that point in their life, and it talks about that point a lot, and I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, I digress. I think this is a beautiful book. I love the writing. This book makes me want to go pick up her other book. I think it's You with a View, because of how much I love her writing. But I'm flying through it. I love the vineyard setting. It's set at a winery, and that's perfect because I am in love with wine right now because I'm in a wine tasting class at A&M, and it is so fun. So I just love that setting as well. And yeah, I love the banter between the characters, their relationship, and just like the inner monologue of our FMC, I think is really, really good. So it's been a great reading time. I only have the rest of this book to finish, and then we will be finished with this video. I think I can full out say this video was a full success. I have really loved most of the books that I've picked up, and yeah. Anyways, I digress. I've been yapping for a long time, so we will sit here and finish The X-Files. Have officially completed the reading for today's video. I had such an amazing time to start out this little ending because I found some new favorites. We will finish up talking about The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. I did just finish this. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed this. I loved the writing. I want to pick up more of this author's work because I loved the writing so much. And I felt like the storyline is kind of similar in a sense to Happy Place by Emily Henry. So if you like Happy Place by Emily Henry, highly encourage you to pick up this book. It gave very similar vibes and I loved it. Happy Place is my favorite Emily Henry book, so that gives you a little taste of why I loved this one so much. But I thought this book did a great job of encapsulating when you're in love with someone, your whole life, they get intertwined and it's very hard to separate them. And I thought it was just a beautiful story. I loved it. I flew through it. I loved the wedding setting at the vineyard. It was just really pretty. And I love friends to lovers story, and that was kind of their original story. And then kind of like enemies back to lovers. So good. I absolutely loved this book. Again, giving it 5 stars. Quick recap of the other 3 books that I read for this video. I started off by reading Fragile Sanctuary. That felt like so long ago. It was it was about a week ago that I started that book, which is crazy. I feel like I've been filming this for a lot longer than a week, but I believe I gave that book 4 stars. Again, it was nothing to write home about. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not going to continue the series, but I'm glad I picked it up because I was really curious after seeing Steph recommend it. So picked that one up, did enjoy it. And then I also picked up Lovely War by Julie Berry. Gave this one 5 stars. It was really, really good. I felt like I just got hooked on the story, loved it. I'm really falling in love with historical fiction genre, so this fits in there perfectly. Would highly recommend this, and I see why Destiny said well. Loved it. I think it's a book that's not talked about a lot, but should be talked about more because it's so, so, so good. Anyway, stepping off my soapbox. The third book that we finished was Grey After Dark, and I listened strictly to that one on audiobook. It's a thriller. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was a good fast-paced read, and I think I gave that one 4 stars as well. And again, just had a great time with it. It was so fun, and I know Heather, that is like one of her favorite books. She recommends that one a lot, and I feel like I don't really see anyone else talk about that book other than her. And I think that book deserves more hype as well in the thriller genre because I felt like it kept me on the edge of my seat. It was really well written and it was just super interesting. I had a great time. And then the final book, we had The X-Files. Gave this one 5 stars. And overall, this was a great reading video. I love reading books that are recommended by some of like the famous booktubers, and I know they don't know me, but I watch them so much that I feel like personally connected to them. So just reading some of their favorite books and seeing what they really like, it's just such a fun time, and I absolutely love it. But that is gonna conclude today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!